My name is Ruby, and I'd like to share a story with you how I got into church. My mum actually played a big influence in my life through Jesus, and she grew up in Karralandi and Meekatharra. When she was young, she would always sing church songs and go to Sabbaths every Saturday, and she always spoke about Jesus and praised him and everything. And then she got in her teens when she actually lost her mother due to being bumped in Meeka, and that's where she sort of went off track in life. But she'd always have she had always knew that whenever she was in trouble, that she would always call for Jesus and pray. So through her teen years until she had me and got with my dad and my other sisters and brother, she'd noticed like us as children that we was not settled, and she had a call from a pastor in Geraldton, Pastor Watts, and she thought straight away, well, my children they're young, I need to get them back into God. That's the only way how they could have peace in their life, more or less, and how they can grow. So my sisters and my brother and I, we used to go to church with Auntie Val and Uncle Trevor Royce in Geraldton. Yeah, when we was there, my mum and dad, they end up coming and they end up getting married and baptised in the church. From there, my parents shift to, as we grew into teenagers, we shift to Perth. Living in Perth, it wasn't the same as being in the country, but I was in my teens then, and my mum would always tell me, Ruby, get up and come to church. You know, you need God in your life to help you make the right decisions, being a teenager. So my parents actually shifted to Karralandi, and I actually came up here and stayed up in Punmu with my mum's younger sister and her husband. In that meantime, I had a little Bible with me, and we had travelled out to a remote community for football. My swag, my mum actually gave that Bible to me, and she had said to me, no matter what, whenever you're feeling down or frightened, you open a verse and you read that Bible, it will protect you. My swag was next to a fire, and the wind was blowing, and the swag caught on fire. Even my bag, there was nothing was recyclable, nothing there. I could have nothing out of it. Everything was destroyed. The only thing was not destroyed was my little black Bible, in which I still have today, what my mum gave me. Back in the end of 2007, my mum became ill. She actually ended up getting a rare ovarian cancer. From the time when she was actually diagnosed, on her birthday, the 6th of November, is when the doctors actually came and told her that they had removed a 13 centimetre ovarian cyst out from her left ovaries, and she only had about 4 months to live. She passed away in February 2008. Within that time, my mum had done a lot of witnessing, and she had encouraged a lot of people to come, a lot of her family members to come back to church. A lot of my family members would go and see her, even myself, and would get upset seeing her in the situation that she was in through chemo, and would start crying. So she would say, save your tears. What are you crying for? Save your tears for my funeral. I'm crying for you in my heart, because I want you to change your life and come to Jesus. That's the only way that you will get through life. And the old doctor here in Newman, he's a well-respected doctor who's been here in Newman, and she forgave him, and she said, I don't feel hate for you for not diagnose a problem that I had. It's, you know, you would save someone else's life. You know, thank you. My time on earth is up, you know, it's God's way. Don't ever feel bad about things in life. So she had got myself, my brother and my 3 sisters in the room, and she had said, the only way I've been through life where I lost my mother at a young age, and the only way you get through your grieving process of losing me is through God. There's no other way. It's God's way. I was grieving for my mum, I still am today, but within my own personal life I went off track. I've got 3 children, 2 daughters who's actually attending Carmel, and my youngest son. And within myself, I drank a lot, and I didn't know how to grieve, but then I didn't know how to accept actually the passing of my mum, who I'd always wanted in my life. But I got to the stage where I'd get on my knees, when I'd be drunk, and I would cry, Jesus, help me, you got me here for a purpose. Help me to come to you, because I want to see my mum again in the clouds. So I had got accepted into Mama Rafa Bible College. I knew this was my only hope to get me back to church, to get my my faith and my strengths back to Jesus. And without that, I don't know where I'd be today. So it does, the Bible College plays a big part in my life and bringing me back to God. It makes me feel a better person, the way how I feel when God's in my life. And the first time I went down on the block, I was drunk, and I knew that if I wasn't going to go down for the block and change my life, and ask God to work in my life, I knew that, as I said, I don't know where I'd be, but I wanted to make a difference and I wanted God to work in my life. But I said that I'm not going to go to God perfect, I'm going to go to God the way that I am, and He will change me. So within the 3 times that I went down for the block, the first and the second, I was not settled in my life, but I would always pray and have that strength with Jesus and stuff. And the last time that I went down, well, I've learned to keep the relationship with me and God strong, where I would pray all the time and talk to Jesus, because when we come back from Bible college, getting off the plane, Satan's there and he's attacking because he knows our weaknesses and stuff like that. But no matter what, God's always working in our lives. I'd send my daughters down to Carmel this year, both together, year 8 and year 9. I thank Peter and Karen, the dorm parents there, to providing them the Christian background and the strong faith that my daughters have today, and which I could not provide before, because I wasn't strong with my walk with Jesus at the time. And the church, actual Carmel, has done a lot, and the dorm parents have done a lot for my girls. And that's my story.